A little dark out here tonight. Got in kind of late. Had a lot of people out here running around. Another guy is bringing their dog out. Another gal's bringing her dog out. So I just said, decided to stop off before I go home. Anyway, yeah, just been, I don't know. I don't know. I didn't really do much of anything as far as YouTube goes. But anyway, I've been kicking around getting a Medford Pretorian tea, or the not the real expensive Pretorian. So maybe something like in the $750 range, that one. And I've actually been kind of leaning toward the Pretorian Scout as a beater, just as something as an EDC. I don't know. I try to make this channel all about me and my creations and no one else, but I've been kind of getting a little bit of the consumer bug, knife consumer bug here. I've been kind of thinking maybe I need to get back in the game and buy a couple. I'm going to do a couple. I'm probably going to wind up with a Scout. I'll probably wind up with like just kind of a all black Pretorian. And I might get like maybe more of a fancy Pretorian. So I don't know. But we're just out here tonight walking around a little bit. It's good weather. So, and yeah, just been doing that. And I also ordered some business cards. It says Sean Cantwell knife maker, and it says the town I'm in. I'll show you the town and everything. I'm just not going to say it on here just yet. I'm not going to show my email. I don't want people, coming in and trying to take dumps in my email, stuff like that. But I got a business card, and so it also gave Vistaprint also gave me the option to put something on the back. And so it's kind of like it's not quite gilded, but it has like some golden colored scroll work around it. I used to have my card that had an actual picture of one of the knives I made on top of some gravel. We're pouring gravel, so I rinsed the gravel off. That, hey, this looks like a good surface to do some macro pictures. So I put a bunch of my blades on there and took pictures and made one of those pictures my business card background. It said Behemoth Knives, all that. Well, this just says Sean Cantwell Knife Maker. And anyways, there's options that a person could put on the back, and some of them had QR codes, all this stuff. I really don't understand how QR codes work. I use them a couple times, but I'm not into QR codes. So I decided to go ahead and put a little box there. And on the back, I put write down whatever it is you desire in the box, and then read it, put it in your wallet and read it every day. And a long time ago, there was I don't know, would you call him a motivational speaker? What would you call him? His name was Earl Nightingale. And I didn't realize this, but he actually played the voice of Sky King in the old Sky King drama on television, if I remember correctly, if I heard correctly. Then eventually he became, I don't know if he was the head of it or one of the heads of it, became head of part of an organization called Nightingale Conant, where a lot of people went to do a lot of classes and motivational things and success coaching, things like that, if I remember correctly. And he wrote a massive kind of a compendium, not a massive compendium, but it was an audio book that he narrated himself, and he just has a really amazing voice on top of all that. And he went ahead and made this excerpt from this book, or this series of readings. I don't know if it's quite a book. It's more like an auto. It's more. I got it on Audible, and it's him reading it. I don't know if it may have had a book version or not, but it has a portion called "The Strangest Thing." And the strangest thing, he talks about how, a person can reap, the best seed in the world. I'm sorry, let me rephrase that. The person could sow the best seed in the world, whatever it is. and they can also plant deadly nightshade, and it doesn't matter because, the seed of the flower or the seed of the fruit or the seed of the vegetable will yield that fruit, and the nightshade will yield the nightshade. It's just a natural law based on whatever person plants is what they'll sow. And it's just like the Bible. The Bible, I guess, is like, it shows how ye sow, you shall reap, or something. I mean, I probably should study up my Bible a bit, but it's, what you put out is what you get back. What you put out in the world is what you get back. You want to, plant a bunch of crap, you're going to get a bunch of crap. You want to plant a bunch of good things, you're going to sow the benefits of those good things. And at the end of the speech, he has an exercise he urges people to do, which is to write down what they want on a card and take the card out and read it, several times a day. And try this. I think it was like for 30 days or something like that. Then on the back of, sometimes they'll even go so far. There's some people who say they do this and go so far back on the far to say they actually will write like the Lord's Prayer or whatever on there. I mean, knocking, and not the Lord's Prayer, but the part that says knocking, it shall be opened unto you and all that. I just kind of wrote, like, my example is I want a $100,000 net worth. That's kind of my first step along my journey. So I have a card. I actually have one of my Behemoth Knives business cards that says $100,000 liquid asset net worth that I wrote down, and I put a little bit of stenciling around it. It looks kind of funny. And I thought, well, what if I took my business card and kind of put that on the back of the business card, like a little slot that's kind of gilded, and people can write in what they want to put on it. Like, say, I want this, or I want a new boat, or I want a better job, or I want this, and they pull it out, similar as The Strangest Secret, and read the thing. And I used to write it down where I wrote $100,000 liquid asset net worth, and I would turn it over and read, knock it, ye shall be opened unto you, seek and ye shall find. I mean, I kind of already know those things. I just think it's kind of cool, though, to have, at that point, if I put that little box on the back of my business card and tell people, hey, write in there what you want and read it several times a day, do not turn it over. Don't read, Sean Cantwell Knives. I want to be the afterthought at that point. I want to be, like, oh, I got a guy give me a business card and I'm doing this goofy exercise, and yeah, why not? I'll try it. And I didn't say do it for so many days or whatever. I just said read daily. And they say, it isn't like the original exercise where you turn it over and you read knocking and it shall open to you. They'll see Sean Cantwell Knives, and it's like, I don't want them to see that. But I just decided, I have mine on the back of my business card. One of mine, I just put $100,000 liquid asset net worth. And I thought, well, hey, what if I just made my business cards and gave people the option to write that in? So I thought, just kind of a Strangest Secret exercise where they write in what they want, take it out of their wallet, and read it. And I'm probably not going to be making any knives anyway, so it's like, I'm totally the afterthought at that point. It's not like, oh, this is like some kind of gaff for a knife maker. I mean, it's just more like, to me, I think it's just more kind of an act of service to say, hey, try this and write down what you want. Have you ever physically wrote down what you wanted before? Have you physically wrote down and read what you wanted before? Another one of those guys that used to work with Nightingale Conant, his name is Bob Proctor. He wrote something, or no, Bob Proctor is Jim Rohn. I'm not sure if Jim Rohn worked with Nightingale Conant before, but I think he had some limerick he said where if it's important enough to think it, you should ink it. In other words, you should put it in writing. If it's important enough to think about, you should put it in writing. And the written word somehow becomes more powerful than the spoken word, because it's actually like the act of writing it down, seeing it, feeling the words go onto the page, and then reading it to yourself later. So I mean, I don't know. I'm hoping I'm not just kind of talking in circles here. I'm pretty sure it sounds like I am, but I decided for my business cards, it's going to be pretty slick. And I can't wait till they come in. I'm going to come out here in the daytime, obviously, and flip it over and show you exactly what I mean, But I'm thinking about that. I'm thinking about getting me a Medford. And I don't know. I'm thinking about maybe some new tools for the shop. I did get some. What did I get recently? Well, I got some Rockwell hardness testers. I don't know. I mean, I was kind of thinking, man, what if I rolled out an actual Starrett Rockwell hardness tester? I mean, wouldn't I be kind of cock of the walk? You know, that means the rooster in the pen, the big man on campus. Wouldn't I be one of them guys to sit there and say, yeah, I take Rockwell hardness testing to the next level, and instead of rolling out, you know, one of the many, you know, I'm not gonna speak bad against other Rockwell harness testers. Anybody out there, good to go. I'm pretty sure they're good. I think they're good to go. Boom, have like stare it across the front of that thing and put it in the corner of that work table. Actual Rockwell hardness tester. I mean, I don't know if I can get away with $5,000. I think seeing some of them for like 10. Oh, but dang, that would be slick, wouldn't it? Like, well, this knife and this cubicle center ferrite, and I'm just all like, oh yeah, crunch. Ooh, what does this say? 56 Rockwell. See the big Starrett on top? I don't know if I'm gonna go that far though. I don't. Like I say, I wrote down $100,000 liquid asset net worth, but I know I'm not gonna get rich from knife making. It's gonna be something else. So I'll find something else to do. It's gonna be something else will bring that money into my life, and it's not gonna be that. It's not gonna be an inheritance. I don't want it to be inheritance. I don't want to be on track to inherit. I want to make it myself. I want to have it myself. I want the feeling of making my first million with something either I developed, sold, or whatever. I want to earn it. I don't want it given. I don't want to inherit it. I don't want to sell. I don't want to wait for, you know, a relative to pass on, sell some assets, and then make my first million. I want to earn that million. I want to basically, you know what I mean? It's the pride of earning it. It's the pride of making it, and pride of doing something myself to have made it. So, all right, well, I think I've gone on enough. I mean, I'm probably just going to have a heck of a time editing this stuff. So, yeah, hey, don't worry about the haters. Just let the haters worry about you, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Have a good night.